Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you're not new, thank you guys so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. So today we're going to be talking about my sexiest scents, what I consider sexy, because everyone has different opinion on that. But yeah, we're going to be talking about my perfect sexy date night, if you will, scents. Okay, so I figured I would do this now because I know Valentine's Day is coming up in February, soon enough. That's going to look different this year depending where you live. We're going to be on lockdown, so I do have some that I would wear like more so like out, date night out, and then I do have some that you could also wear if you're doing like a date night in. So either way, these are what I consider to be like some of my sexiest scents, or that make me feel sexy. So if you guys want to see what I'm going to talk about, then just keep on watching. I think I'm going to start with ones that I think you could wear in, because this year we are on lockdown, so ours is going to be, I'm pretty sure, like a date night in. But this is Hypnotic Poison by Dior. This is the EDT. This is fairly new to my collection, but this was love. I'm not going to say love at first sniff, because I like it more the longer it sits, but from the first time I wore this, I love this. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't give this a proper test before, because I did. Anyways, let's not get into that. This isn't a review, but oof, this is sexy, but this is like a subtle sexy, okay? This is, on me anyways, this dries down ultimately to like a powdery almond, which I love. I was looking for something like that. This is almondy, it's sweet, it's powdery, it's kind of fluffy. I say it's a subtle sexy because this to me anyway, it doesn't like project a whole bunch. It doesn't take over the room. It's not like a beast, in my opinion, okay? When people describe this, I thought it was going to be super loud, super beastly. It's not. You could still smell it, but you do have to get a little bit closer. It's not going to take over the whole room. And this to me is cozy. It's a little bit warm. It's cozy. It's sensual. I don't know. I love the powdery almond in this. I just love it. There is a slight spiciness to it, but it's not too spicy. I would describe this as a powdery almond, especially the longer it sits on your skin. So yes, it's delicious. It's not overly sweet though, but it is sweet. It's delicious. It's sensual. It's so good. I feel like you could wear this out. If you overspray it, obviously it'll project more. You could wear it out, but I would wear this in. I would wear it for them to come close. I feel like my husband does like this, and I think he likes it because it's a little bit of like a understated sexy. You know, it's a little bit more of a subtle sexy. And sensual. I say sensual because it's like a subtle sexy. It does sit a little closer if you don't overspray it. If you overspray it, obviously it'll do more for you. But I really like that. I love the powdery almond and the dry down. I love it. I was looking for something like that. Another one, I feel like you could wear this out or in. I'm wearing it right now. This is Agent Provocateur Fatale Intense. This is another one. If you don't spray too much, I feel like you could get away with wearing this inside, like on a date night in. But this to me, this is sexy, but this is unique. So this has licorice. It has, I think, like chili pepper in the opening. It has a leather note, which gives it a little bit of powderiness. It has amber, which gives it a little bit of warmth. It has vanilla, which gives it a little bit of sweetness. But this I wouldn't describe. It's not too much of anything, but it's a little bit of everything. Does that make any sense? This is sexy because I feel like this is unique. It's different. And this to me, again, this wasn't a love at first sniff, but the more I wore it, the more I found myself going back to it, because it was a little bit like I wanted more. It leaves you wanting more. It's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit powdery because of the leather note in it. And it's a little bit warm because of the amber and the vanilla. This to me is unique, so I like scents like that. It's a little bit different. And if you want a scent that not everyone has smelled, if you're going on a date, you want to be remembered, right? You want something that not everyone smells like, this might be your guy, because I feel like this is super affordable, but it's pretty unique. I will say, I feel like anyways, it's a little bit more mature. I can't see someone like really young liking this, but I personally really enjoy her. So that's that. What do I want to talk about next? I guess let's talk about this guy. No, let's talk about this. This is my baby. You guys know this is Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. Oof, I don't know what it is. The opening of this honestly gets me every time. It's that sugary pear. It's a juicy, ripe pear. Almost like caramelized, sauteed in sugar, vanilla. It's the vanilla, but the vanilla smells like the pear has been caramelized, sauteed in sugar, mixed with the vetiver. But the vetiver gives it a little bit of depth. It gives it a little bit of spiciness. It almost smells like it's a woody note, but it gives it a little bit of like a spiciness to it. This is delicious. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's the opening. I love the opening of this. The opening, this is a gourmand. This is, oof, this is delicious. Delicious. As it dries down, it does dry down. It gets a little bit powdery and a little bit more subtle. I love the opening more. However, I like all of it, okay? So this is one that I personally wear out, and that's because, that's just me. I've been wearing it for date nights with my husband, so I kind of associate it with date nights now, but this is sexy. And I feel like my husband really likes this. I feel like men like that because it's delicious. It's sweet, it's edible, but the vetiver adds a little bit of like that spicy woody note, and that's used in men's cologne too, so maybe that's why men love it. Mixed with the super gourmand quality, I just feel like it's a match made in heaven. It adds a little bit of depth. It keeps it from being like overly sweet, like cloyingly sweet. It gives it a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of woodiness, sexy. I think that's what makes it sexy. So it's not just like a sweet, juicy, fruity pear. No, it's like a dark, edible, delicious. That is like forbidden fruit. You know, like the forbidden fruit that would get you kicked out of heaven. This is it. That is, I love that. I feel like that is so sexy. That is just preference. La Belle is honestly like a love. That is a love for me. And my husband really likes it. I like wearing that one out. I don't know why. That's just a me thing. And then let's talk Angel Share by Killian. This again is somewhat new, but I wanted to talk about ones that I didn't talk about last year, so to keep it a little bit different. And you can't talk sexy without talking about this. The booziness in this, oh my, again, this is like La Belle. This is another one that like it was love at first sniff. I could put this up my nose and just live there. The booziness, you get like the sweet booziness. The sweetness comes from that cognac. It's almost like the fruit that you use to ferment cognac. It has like the boozy quality of this. It's addicting, it's intoxicating, mixed with the cinnamon. So it's like sweet, boozy, a little bit spicy from the cinnamon. This is sexy because this is unisex too. This is like such like a bougie, this is a confident woman, okay? This is a woman who knows her worth. She's dressed up, you know, she's looking, she knows her worth. She adds tax to it, okay? This is sexy. I feel like because it's unisex too, when scents are like unisex like that, I feel like it makes them sexy. Like that's a woman who's sure of herself, and there's nothing sexier than a woman who's sure of herself and confident. Am I right? I don't know. Is it just me? This is delicious, boozy, spicy from the cinnamon, sweet, vanilla. Oh, this is, these are my two babies. They'll live with me forever. Okay, and then I'm very passionate about these. These are some of my favorites, honestly. Tom Ford Noir Parfum. This is, to me, okay, so this is so good too. All of these have a little bit of like a gourmand touch because first of all, I love that. But second of all, I feel like that's sexy. Men like that. In general, men gravitate towards sweet scents, I feel like. But this isn't just for men. These are like what I think are sexy, okay? Maybe I think like a man. Who knows? So this is, it has like an oriental vibe to it. There is like some oriental spiciness mixed with the most delicious creaminess. There's kulfi in here, which is, I think it's an Indian creamy yogurt dessert. This is so good. But this to me, the bottle suits it perfectly because this to me is a little bit dark. It's a little bit, this is a mysterious woman. This is a little bit of like a, maybe like a sassy, I don't want to say bitchy, but maybe bitchy, like arrogant woman. Because this has a little bit of a darkness to it. I feel like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that spiciness, that oriental, it almost smells like incense in the beginning. There's like a little bit of oriental spice, so it's like a little spicy. And anytime a fragrance has a little bit of that spiciness to it, it just makes me feel sassy. You know, it makes me feel arrogant. Like I know, okay? Like that's how I feel. Like, you look good. I know. I'm too much right now. Anyways, this smells, yeah, it smells a little bit mysterious, a little bit sassy, because of that spiciness, but then it has this delicious creaminess to it. Creamy, edible. It's gourmand, but it's not overly sweet. It's not overly gourmand. This isn't like a young gourmand. This doesn't smell straight up like something you would eat, like cake, but that creaminess makes it delicious. It does. It makes it delicious and spicy. So this is like, you know, she would be wearing like a black satin dress with like a leather jacket on top. She's a little bit sassy. I feel like this is a slightly bit more mature. I don't know why. I just feel like she's a little bit grown up. She's a little bit sassy. She's a little bit arrogant maybe. But sexy. Still sexy. She definitely matched her bra to her underwear. They're black and lacy. That's what I envision. Okay? Sexy. Delicious. A little bit grown. Okay? A little bit mysterious. Alluring. And then you have this. This is Scandal by Night by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is very new to me. But I find myself reaching for it, and I don't want to wear it during the day. I feel like this is a nighttime scent for sure, but because I'm so addicted to it, my husband will be at work and I'll be wearing this because I just want to smell it. I want to, because I love it. This is a sweet, this is like a syrupy cherry. So this is a tart cherry, which I love. It has cherry and honey. So it's almost like, I got this because of Rebecca Collazo, and she said it was like a cherry dipped in honey. Yes, it smells like that. Or like, you know, like that sweet cherry syrup you would use to make like a Shirley Temple, something like that, okay? It's cherry, it has the tartness to it and the sweetness from the honey. Delicious. The cherry in this is what makes it, I feel like it's the cherry that makes it intoxicating. And delicious. But then, so it opens up like that, and it has that juicy cherry, delicious. It's a little loud. And then she transforms into like this kind of a creamy, buttery, just like Rebecca said, buttery tuberose. So you do get the sweet from the honey, you get the tart from the cherry, and you get like this buttery tuberose, which adds a little bit of floral, which makes it still makes it delicious, but without being like cloying, and it's not linear like the original Scandal, and it makes it a little bit more grown, like a little bit, okay, because of the tuberose. I love it. So it's lady, you know, you could tell it's a feminine scent. She's a lady, but scandalous, a little bit dirty because of that cherry and that honey. Delicious. So this one is like, okay, she matched her underwear and her bra. It's black and it's lacy, and this is like, maybe she decided not to wear underwear. She's scandalous, okay? This is like, you want to be the dessert. I would wear this, honestly, for nighttime, for going out. I just feel like this smells so good. This is intoxicating too. The tuberose in this, it's not overly, sometimes tuberose is like an older, more mature floral note. But the tuberose in this is, yeah, it's buttery. It's a little bit smooth. It's mixed with that cherry and that honey. It's delicious. It's not like overly floral. It's just blended so nicely. It's still intoxicating, addicting. I really like this. This is definitely a little bit scandalous, though the name suits it perfectly, I find. So yes, those are, oh, I think there's one more I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about this one. I'm gonna say this is Poison Girl EDP. This is the EDP. This, I love how this smells. I would say either one. You could include the EDT or the EDP. I love them both. They're both delicious. The EDT, I feel like you could wear in more so because it's a little bit more subtle. It's a little bit more fluffy. So if you were having a date night in, I really like that scent a lot. This one I would wear out. Poison Girl, though, she's a little bit more flirty. You know, she's not as sophisticated as this. She's not as syrupy and like kind of like sweet as this. She's a little bit more flirty, so it opens up and you do get the orange in the opening. And then this dries down. This has tonka, it has heliotrope, it has almond. I do get the almond. It's a little bit creamy, a little bit of fluffy. I feel like it's the tonka and the heliotrope give it almost like a powdery dry down. It smells delicious. This one is more flirtatious, seductive. This is like a temptress, but this one, it does, so it starts off a little bit louder, but the dry down does have like that almond. It does have that kind of like fluffiness and warmth a little bit. And I really like this one. I feel like this one you could wear out or you could wear in. You might want to be careful with the EDP though, just don't spray too much of it, or the EDT is a little bit lighter, so you could wear that one in. But I really like this in general. I love this scent. I've been reaching for the EDT a lot, but I have the EDP right here. So yeah, Poison Girl I feel like is perfect too for date nights in general. That's a sexy scent, but it's not overly like scandalous because it's not too syrupy. It has this, think of like the texture of velvet. It has like this velvety kind of texture to it in the dry down, which I love. And I love that there's almond in here. I love that in fragrances. So those are all of my sexy scents. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.